Hello there everybody and welcome to today's streaming. It is I, KaneFan701 at your service, and today it's about a individual who I have to say has rapidly impressed me and has just won me over as a big fan. And it's no secret you might not be wondering who it is I'm talking about. I think if you look in the title, that really tells you exactly what the stream is all about. Today I'm here to give an absolute fabulous praise to probably one of the already best members of the Thomas fandom that has absolutely just taken the world by storm and has told stories in an almost reality way that has gone beyond levels that I didn't think that none of us could ever reach. I'm talking about TARDIS9, and I have to tell you, man, I mean, I know you've only known me for, for a couple of months or whatnot, but ever since I've been watching your products, you have absolutely just captivated me as a fan. And the talent that you do, the absolute hard work, every typewriting with blood, sweat, and tearing and dedication that you pour into these fanfics, are just beyond anything that I could ever experience. I mean, even I had gone down that route before, and I would do the exact same thing. So I do think there's a bit of a similar connection between you and me when it comes to really doing the best that we can, and I absolutely think that, your stories, I will dare say, perhaps, completely overshadow my very own in a way. And I think on a level wise, I think you definitely are up there with, I think guys like NWR 1991, and you have Victor Tanzik, Thomas Wyatt Henry Free, and Shunter Productions, just to throw a bit of names out there, that can really tell some good stories that we fans love in the community, that keep us going despite the hard times that we're still going with, even prior to when we were in 2020 and prior to the days that led up to where we are now. And I keep saying this a lot. I mean, some of your stories have really touched me deep down, which were very emotional, and some I've actually shed a couple of tears to, and there were just some great stories that you've told from your own canon in a ways that help us tell stories that we never got to hear from the Railway series or from the television series. But regardless, I mean, you're one of a kind, and I gotta tell you, man, regardless of what some people might think of your work, regardless of those who are against what we do, or who show nothing but total disrespect, or they don't get the idea of where you're coming from, that's, they have no idea that they're stumbling on one of the greatest that have ever told a grand story. And with what you do is just fantastic. It is very rare to see someone who can come along in this generation, and I say rare because I actually think you're among those individuals that can do such great storytelling in such great depth, in detail, in such a great level that I don't think others can actually do. I mean, you've been blessed with a gift that you have shown, and even your ghost stories, I will say your ghost stories are definitely what I think put you on the map. And to be honest, they're up there with my rank of stories too. So I think we're 50-50 on that if we were to compare each other. But I gotta say, Taurus 1S9. If we ever get to see this stream, like I said, after it's all done and dusted with, you can be more than happy to write your comments in the box, down below, and you can give me a call anywhere else you like if you want to talk with me privately or whatnot. But I'm just like to throw it out there because I've been meaning to say this so many times, and I'm just so thankful that I managed to come across someone like you when I was actually needing it the most, because your stories really helped me get through, and they really helped me paint a picture of what you're trying to show in your universe. And regardless, I have to say, it's just incredible. I mean, you take your time, you think properly, and when you go full bomb into character mode, you really do it so well. And I mean, your fan base is growing rapidly, and you still got a lot of catching up with, but eventually you'll be up there with guys like myself, guys like with Brandon, and Dark Magical Yoshi, for instance, is also up there among the greatest. I mean, you've got guys like Dalek 44, who's one of my oldest, best boys I've known since, who I was known for voicing acting with. And you got guys, up there in the community that still like the fiery passion that they love so much, and I have to give nothing but praise to you, man, because, like I said, I really am thankful to have known someone like you. And if you ever want to continue on with the passion you've got, it's all yours, man. I mean, like I said, you're somebody in the community that they need. This generation could do with somebody like you that could help teach the real life Thomas fans of what can happen. And even if it's for a younger generation or for an older generation or a mixture in between, it's brilliant. I think your way of educating this generation could be perfect, because, you told the story of the B12 bullies about 98462 and 87456 or whatever it was, which I thought was, in my opinion, the best one you did at the time, at that date, at that point, okay? And then you had the story of Rebecca who caught fire, which was a recent one, which was quite impressive, mind you. And then you had the one which I thought was the most intriguing one I did not see coming. I think a lot of us didn't think, was the one involving Arthur and Rose, Molly, and eventually you had those two, and you told them about their past, about Arthur being a tender engine and how he had a horrible accident and how he changed his name to who he is now and how he reframed himself, and how he made himself a much better character. That I thought was really intriguing. And then you had Molly, who tells her side, and that she was actually a different engine, and that she was actually a male before she somehow underwent a gender reassignment and became a female and changed her name to Molly, and how happy she's been. And I thought that was brilliant. That was really, really creativity at its best. And I gotta say, man, that just throws some of the best talents that I've ever seen. And regardless, I absolutely think it's one of the best that I've ever come across. And it was one I didn't see coming. It really, really is, and I'm going to have to admit, the story about when Arthur had a bad accident and everything, I actually felt sympathy for the character, and it's amazing how you did it. The depth story that you do is just wonderful. It's absolutely just, the human depth emotion that you pour into these stories are just so wonderful. Just thinking about it is actually getting me a bit emotional, actually, because, like some of the ghost stories that you do were just beautiful. Beautiful, yet so sad and tearful. The one that you did recently, hang on a second. Sorry about that. I'm getting a little emotional because one of the, I recently listened to that last story that you did about when Edward encountered what's her name on the viaduct. Hang on a second. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit emotional there, but that was really, really, touching again. I'm trying not to break down in tears again. That was probably the most saddest ghost story I've ever had to see in my life. It ranks up there with my 311 story, if you want to have tragedy and shame in it and everything. Sorry, man, I'll try not to break down a bit. That was just a little... Oh, boy. I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I just got a little carried away there. With that storytelling that you did on the viaduct with Edward and... to know again. Let's just say it was, dark, scary, and very sad, to the point where I just broke into tears, man. I was watching it live with you, and it really was a sad story, and you just nailed it so well that I regard that as the most sad and emotional story I've ever had to hear. And I don't think nobody can top that. you know, I really can't beat, you know, I just can't beat that, man. It was just, oh boy, it really was a really good story, you know, but it was very sad at the same time. It really was, and I couldn't be more, you know. Hang on a second. Okay, guys, see, Margaret, and see you guys later. I'm just doing some lights. Bye, guys. Take care, lads. See you, lads. Okay, there you go. That's alright. See you guys. Take good care. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I just had to say goodbye to one of my mates, and I was just heading back. So sorry about that. I'm just, you know, like I said, I'm just doing well here, and had to go there. So sorry about that. I had to disappear for a second there. So my apologies for that. What was I going to say again? Oh yeah. There was that and everything, and of course, it just really was, you know, one of the best stories I've ever heard, and I really do, you know, have a lot of sympathy for some of the characters that, you know, that you do, and I really, you know, taken aback by it. You're so good at what you can do. I mean, even I couldn't give it, you know, I couldn't even go to that level of how you write your stories are so spot on. You know, there are times where I actually wonder, you know, I mean, I do sometimes question, like, how do you do it? You know, it's just so cool with how, you know, with the way how you tell your stories compared to other people that I've seen in the community that are just like, you know, you know, if there are those who write so many good stuff that they literally can't get to that level that you're at, and you're so into it, like you really bleed your passion out so well, and you've won me over as a fan, and I highly have so much respect for you. And to be really honest, I really inspire you for what you do. You have such great talent, you have such great motivation, to where I'm just like, you know, I'm just so taken aback. I mean, each story that you do is almost as better than the last, and regardless, you know, come what may, you know, I think you will go down as one of the best Thomas fanfic writers that you have ever been, you know. And I just gotta tell you, you know, TARDIS9, TARDIS IS9, like I said before, regardless what everybody else thinks of you, I mean, you will go down as one of the greatest Thomas fanfic writers I have ever come to see. And your series are so inspiring in life that, you know, I really think you are superior and very talented and dedicated. And to the point where I'm just like, you know, I'm so emotionally taken aback, because there are some of them stories that really make me shed a tear and make me think of you so much. You know, you're absolutely tremendous, you know. And TARDIS9, I'd just like to take this opportunity to wish you all the best. And as you like to say, safe steaming, or whatever it is that were the tagline that you say at the end. You know, it's so inspiring, and I'd just like to, you know, wish you a happy thanks for what you've done and how much you've inspired me. And all your friends and, you know, and your fans can say the same thing. You know, keep going all the way, man. We love you all the way. To, you know, take care, man. And of course, you know, as this year progresses on, you know, we've got, you know, some of the best talented people out there, and you are among them, my friend. You know, I have nothing but total respect for you, man. Here's to you, TARDIS19. Take good care, smooth railing, and continue to do what you love to do best, man. Thank you guys for tuning in for this little praise video that I did for TARDIS TARDIS9, and here's to you, my friend. Take good care. God bless you, and continue on doing what you do best with your Thomas fanfic series and everything else. Here's to you, man. God bless you.